go live button. So now we're live, and yeah, we're live. Hey everyone.
All right.
This is Morgan and Jacob joining you for another Developer Hours, Flow Developer Hours. And while I'm inviting people, Jacob, please entertain our guests.
Yeah, another day, another Flow Developer Hours. Welcome everybody to the stream. It's me and Morgan again. We're just getting stuff set up right now. I've officially cloned the Hopium repo onto my computer, which was a cool step in the process. Easy yarn start. And I sent Morgan 10 Flow, which was pretty cheap, but wasn't my fault. I didn't know how much I had, so.
It's Jacob's very economical with his distributions.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
we're a couple minutes away from the official start, and I've announced it on Slack. Oh, tell you what, maybe I'll announce it on Twitter too. That could be a thing. Share the love. We're me and my best bud Jacob here
The partner in crime.
are live for Flow Developer Hours on YouTube. Hashtag on Flow. Join us.
Hey, BZ,
That'd be awesome.
We got you in the chat.
Or miss this and regret it forever.
Love the intimidation.
I mean, that's the only way to get the people on.
Yeah.
You gotta know what they're missing. This is one of a kind, dynamic duo of the best in the business.
The best in the biz, yeah.
The best in the biz. Hey BZ, hey Amal. Always nice to have you folks. We're 10 seconds away from the official start, and Jacob decided your video is gone.
Oh yeah, my video is shifting over.
Oh my lord. So this is an inevitable thing that happens with OBS. Hope you can.
Yep,
Hi Hardik. Can you guys hear Jacob even though you can't see him?
Hey Hardik. Yeah, this is an inevitable doom of OBS. As long as we can hear me, then screw the video.
Yeah. Let's see. We're not getting any confirmations just yet. I mean, this is the way it goes. This is standard stuff. So the size here became not.
I love how there's just like there's a wooden cabinet, or is it no? It's a door. It's just a door.
It is a door.
Where I usually am.
Yeah.
So I'm a door.
Wonder if you're on the screencast.
God, look, can we key that actually? I like it.
Yeah, we're on the screencast. So, but the screencast doesn't have any. Oh my lord. So everything's going the way it should.
This is classic.
Classic Flow Developer Hours.
Yeah. We couldn't have a Flow Developer Hours without my video shooting off the screen.
I wonder, why do I even use OBS? This is just pain for pain's sake at this point. Let's see.
Hey Justin, good to see you again.
Yeah, Justin always representing. Okay.
Yep.
So we have
present.
We have the screencast going, which is a victory in my book, and we can see Jacob. We can see my face. I'm looking for some confirmations here from the people. Come and let us know if everything's on screen. You can hear both of us, and then we'll just go right at it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Get down on it, bang. Get down on it. You really want it.
It's the only way. Yeah, all looks great. Justin, thank you for that. My bro. Appreciate it. Okay. So, loud and clear. All good. We're getting good vibes from the chat. So, Jacob, last time you weren't here, and you missed a smoldering mess that I ended up creating. And we tried building our awesome nifty, or completing our awesome nifty contract, and we sort of got most of the way there. We had a successful deployment on the testnet. This is the account that we used, and here we have awesome nifty. So it's all live there. And then we started playing around with sending things, or rather minting things, and then all hell broke loose, and I couldn't make it work. For some reason, I thought I could declare something as silly as, if you can see my screen right now, something as silly as ID colon is a uint, and then name is a string as a type of dictionary. And I'm like, this needs to work, right? Obviously, it's not how you declare dictionary types. So
Yeah.
something about being live and coding live that makes your brain into mush.
So true. Yep.
And so now we have a dictionary that's made of string keys and string values. And that's how we return our nifties, so that we can list them after we mint them. Okay. So given that I just outlined all the successes that were achieved prior to this stream, this repository is updated and available for y'all to pull, just like Jacob pulled it. I'm gonna demo this change and see if it works. So this is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Let's mint this. And we'll have some experience with how to make the UI nicer, announce people of what's going on, that we're still waiting, and that kind of thing. Because when you're working on dApps, it's critical that you let your users know. Things take longer behind the scenes than a regular app would, and it's best to keep them in the loop. All right, so we can see this list right here under Has collection is a list of all the nifties, of all the awesome nifties, and I see this in the list here. So that's a success, a resounding success, and I mean, we can end the stream right now, but we're going to continue at the risk of everything breaking. So Jacob, like in terms of this whole user journey of minting things, right? What would you do to, when I click mint, like how would you improve the user interface? How would you improve the experience?
Yeah, well, if I was to mint a Nifty, I mean, obviously, like besides just like styling, like it'd be nice to have like a website that like looked really beautiful and everything. But I guess if what I would also do is like have some sort of I mean, I don't know, actually. I'm curious what you think, Morgan, because right now it's not too bad in the sense that you put in like the string, you put in the recipient you want. It's not terrible. Although it would be nice to like only have that option to mint if you had a collection.
That's true, but the thing that sort of bothers me, and it would probably bother people that really have no experience of dApps, is like when you click mint, nothing really notifies me that other than me signing a transaction, that it's still ongoing. There's a reason to wait, and what's going on behind. So there's no communication, and that is like a primary thing that can frustrate users. Like if they don't know what's going on, they're not going to stick around. And with dApps, waiting is a component that's unavoidable. All right. And on top of that,
yep.
Once I mint something, well, I don't see anything change, right? I have to refresh the page to see this, testing the experience thing appear in the list. So a good way to look at this is the stages of, let's collapse some of these so we can navigate. think of it as a life cycle.
Yep, like transaction like started, transaction executed, transaction sealed is usually what it's called when it's finished, and then you actually like know the NFT's transferred.
That's a
stuff like that.
Great point. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of React magic right here to create an experience that is befitting of a modern web app. So we're going to create a reducer because we want to maintain some state of the latest transaction. So let's see here. Let's call this function reducer, and it's going to take in a state and an action, and there's going to be a switch based on the action type. And if the type is set state, it's going to return a modified state with or rather maybe status. Yeah, status. So the status is going to be whatever's in the action.payload. So this is regular React stuff. And then we're going to do this dispatch, and it's going to be state comma dispatch. Okay, so we're going to use a reducer, and we provide the reducer function and the initial state. So the initial status is probably null because we don't even know what that is, right? And when we take a look at FCL in this whole on mint thing, well, first is let's set the status to pending, right? Would that be a good status, Jacob? Before anything, before FCL send?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah. So when you like yeah, I like that.
So pending. All right. So then when we complete the send and we already have a transaction ID, what would you call the status then?
Well, you're saying once you actually have a transaction ID, then I would say it's sealed because that means it's done.
No, it's sealed only after it's sealed. We get a transaction ID once the access node processes the transaction script.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant, okay, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant when it was actually done. Okay, so you're saying once it's actually like submitted to the blockchain,
Yeah.
or executed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say yes. I would either say submitted or executed, but
All right.
submitted usually is what
let's do submitted. So we have pending, and then we have submitted, and then we have this once sealed. What else do we have with FCL.transaction or TX? So we feed that function a transaction ID, and then we have once executed, once finalized, and once sealed. Do you know the sequence of these? Like which comes after the other? Which one's the first one?
I think it's once executed and then once sealed. I think it should be once executed, once finalized, and then once sealed, unless I'm just completely wrong, which I have been every one of these office hours.
Well, if we take a look at the documentation here for transaction lifecycle, it has documentation coming soon as the documentation. So that's not what we want. Well, we can probably, you know what, we can go ahead and do this like in practice. So we have once executed, and that takes in, that's a promise. So we'll just do then, and then console log executed. Okay, so I'll remove this await here and repeat this for all of these. So once sealed, and what was the other one? Once
finalized.
Once finalized. Okay, so finalized, and we're just gonna do this. All right. So now we have some some proper new stuff in here. And if I do documentation as my next nifty, we're going to hit the mint button and approve this transaction. And in the console, we should see some stuff. All right.
I'm excited to see if I was off or
So
not.
it was finalized, executed, and sealed. That's the sequence.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close enough. All right.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's great. Let us. I mean, those came rather quickly. Now, in terms of finalized, so that means it's ready for addition to the block, right? Or submission, validation, clustering, proposal, finalization. Obviously, nothing's there. All right, so we're just guessing. Like sealed is this block has been added to the blockchain, so that's clear. Executed is probably it didn't have any errors, so it wasn't reverted. And then finalized, it's ready to be added or ready to be executed. As in received, like 10-4 if this was like a police cruiser, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we have this dispatch function for submitted. So we can call. We can update the user with typing is hard. Let's not forget that. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just send this dispatch with every status change. So this is sealed. So sealed was last. Then we have finalized as first. I mean, if anything, this is a learning experience, the definition of a learning experience. So finalized, sealed.
Yeah, it's a genuine experience since I didn't even know what the order was either.
All right.
It's good to know though.
So finalized, executed, and sealed. Okay. And we're good. So now our status is going to change, and we can start relaying that to the user. Now, as far as us being able to read, we should probably think of like at what point, like is it once executed we're good to be able to read. Let's see, if I add create collection, mint nifty, we can add another paragraph right here. It's going to just say what's this current status. So if state.status, then this is going to do status and state.status. Okay. Let's reload this. All right, so this will be in your honor, Jacob, this next mint. Status pending. Then we assign it. Okay. So now the status is submitted. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
nice.
We have executed. And
nice.
Sealed. All right, so that's pretty useful as a user. Now it would be really nice if upon the the stage where we can start seeing things, we would refresh the list because it'd be communicating directly with the users. Yep. There's your thing that you just minted. Oh, this is complaining that I don't have a default case. So default is going to be just return state. All right. So how do we refresh? Well, has collection and let's see. So we need to reload our accounts essentially. And how do we reload our accounts? It's a good point. Accounts come in from where? Oh, okay. So this is strange. Our accounts it should a list, a hard-coded list, and we need to add that to the state. Okay, so we'll refactor this a little bit. Case set accounts, and we're going to return accounts action.payload. All right, and we initialize accounts with this hard-coded array, and we'll feed that to that. Okay. So now, right here, we can probably do another dispatch, and the type is going to be set accounts, or reload accounts. It's going to be nice and simple on this one. So reload accounts, and reload accounts, what it does is it takes the current accounts and creates a new array from this old array. Let's see if that does anything.
Nice.
So another nifty to be minted. Nice. Status pending. And the goal here is to see a change occur and see a reloaded thing with the nice listed, the nice nifty listed.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Okay. That didn't happen because we need to... Oh, so this only fetches the collection if the props.address changes. I wonder if we can do a little bit of a hack. Yes, we should do a hack. So we're going to add another argument here, and that argument is going to be timestamp, and it's going to be state.timestamp. Okay, so this is going to be just like what the timestamp for when was this loaded last. We initialize it with date.now, and when we reload our accounts, we're going to set this to a new timestamp.
Hey, Melvin.
Hey, Melvin. Hola. This is in your honor, Melvin. I'm going to mint a nifty with your name on it. This is going to be live on stream and here on YouTube forever. Part of Decentology. I mean, you're not getting this on any other stream. Let me tell you that.
His personalized experience.
We're engaging one-on-one.
Real-time minting,
Real-time minting
of names.
All right, executed, sealed, and nothing happened. God. Oh, yeah.
I wish it was better, this type of thing. I'm terrible.
So props.timestamp is a thing that we need to rely on here again. Okay. Let's do Joseph again in honor of our guest.
So many nifties.
So many nifties. I mean, this is like, snap, what happened? What in the world happened? This is just Chrome. All right, again, let's try Joseph. I promise you, this was not related to our code. This was related to block though. Yeah, because I mean, Blockdom relies on iframes, right? And iframes and cross course related stuff is very fragile. Okay, so we got executed, we got sealed, and not great. Yeah, you're right. You're gonna live on YouTube forever. Um, let's do some debugging here, real quick.
Immortal.
Console log, prob.stat timestamp. You know what? We can probably do another use effect. Just split it up. Use effect. So Jacob, what would you say is the most difficult thing about creating dApps?
Well, one thing I always say is if you want to get into blockchain, you stick to the smart contract code, and then the second you go to make a dApp with front end, you immediately abandon the entire project. Um, I probably shouldn't be saying that as your mentor. As your mentor, I actually encourage you to make dApps. And front end can be fun, but unfortunately, I'm not very knowledgeable in this type of thing. In fact, when I go to test my stuff on testnet, I literally just throw it in a React and like do a simple fcl.send, and then that's literally it. Once we start getting into like React state, I like completely lose it because I don't know it, and I wish I did. And every time I watch Morgan code this type of thing, I end up learning a lot. So it is really helpful. Um, but yeah, if you're looking for advice, abandon ship the second you get the front end code. No, I'm kidding again.
All right, so we have submitted, and we are getting updates in this list right here, and it's sealed and everything kind of looks as it should, but it doesn't update the list of nifties. So this is fetch collection, and we do fetch the collection. Console log. So that, this life cycle thing is pretty important, but I guess I'm gonna give up if I can't figure it out in a second. So we're just gonna check for which address are we fetching this collection for.
I will also say that this is the type of coding thing where I guarantee you the second we get off stream, Morgan could figure this out in 2 seconds. But it's like that live coding experience is just so difficult. Every time I live code, it's like your brain doesn't even like recognize like the easiest stuff sometimes, and it's like so hard.
Yeah, that is one true statement if I ever heard it. Fetch collection did happen, and it snapped. But it did happen. It did happen. Maybe we just have to wait. But it's a script. It should be pretty instantaneous. Error code 9. What's error code 9? It's no longer letting me reload. Chrome error code 9. Fix snap. Blah 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 blah. Okay, extension related. We don't care. Sharing. All right, so we mint this. If it doesn't work out, we'll work on the user experience. But we drove the point a little bit here. Communicating with the console just closed on me. I didn't do nothing.
Goodbye console.
Goodbye console. Well, I guess it didn't like me. But the point that we're trying to drive here is communicate with your users, because dApps have this inherent thing of forcing users to wait. They will have to wait and for transactions to complete, for all kinds of things. And you can start by just doing like a spinner or something, but communicating as much as you can. Like there's never too much. So like tell them, transaction being submitted, being signed, it's being sealed, whatever. All of that stuff is really good, and it helps with the transparency part. So we're kind of done with this minting thing. we want to be able to send stuff. Am I right, Jacob? Sending thing?
Yeah. Yep. We want to be able to send, transfer.
Transfer. All right. So we're on this page. We logged in. We can mint. We have that capability. So how do we send? What would be your advice? We have this
Yeah. So
god
if
awful
we
thing.
want to send, we'll set up kind of a simple thing like we have for the minting, except it'll take in two things. It'll take in the ID of the NFT, and it'll take in the recipient address. Um, and then we'll set up some cadence code to actually transfer that. So we'll take it out of the one collection and we'll put it in the other one.
All right. So I'm just gonna create a placeholder here. On send Nifty, and we're gonna be sending. So we need to store a couple of things, like you said. We need to store. Just start using the state here. So we're sending. Okay, so send. How would you call this? Like as an argument, so Nifty ID would be cool. Yeah, whatever. Let's call it Nifty ID. So Nifty ID is going to start being null, and then the recipient is going to be null as well. Okay, we have a recipient field already, so I guess we can just leave the Nifty ID in here. I'm going to add a case for set Nifty ID, and that's just going to return our state plus the Nifty ID equal action payload. Okay, so we're going to set this Nifty ID when where are we interacting with this? All right, so mint, and we're going to add a new paragraph. And this is where we're going to put a couple of inputs. So we need the Nifty ID and the recipient. So these two we can borrow. All right, Nifty name. This is going to be state.Nifty ID or empty. And upon change, we're going to set the Nifty ID equals to that. And it's going to say send Nifty and on send Nifty. Okay, so on send Nifty, we're going to do all that and skip this part and the transaction logic. Now, so we don't need the minter. We don't need anything from that. Okay, so this takes in the ID. ID is going to be a uint64.
Yep.
And uint64. So when sending a uint64, we format it as what, Jacob, for FCL?
So flow types dot uint64. I think.
And are we
Right.
good to send an integer number, or should we send a string?
Oh yeah, so we should definitely send an integer. So yeah, that should be good. Oh wait, no, because isn't that coming in as a string, so we might need to parse into it or something.
Yes, we do. Niharika is joining us. Hey, Niharika, how are you?
Yeah, hey Niharika.
Thanks for joining this crazy stream that we got going. All the best Flow developers in the universe are on the stream. So
I love that we both also just independently message from the Decentology.
the Decentology account has a dual personality. It's well known. So number parse int Nifty ID, and we're passing that on now. So we have this receiver thing from our last thing, and that's fine. We deposit the Nifty, but we first need to acquire it from our account. So we have our collection, and we do account dot load, right? Because we don't have a link when we set up accounts. We don't have Yeah, we only have the receiver thing. So we have to load the whole collection from our storage. And load.
Or was that because we never like linked it? Oh no, we did. Oh yeah,
It's
you're right.
only
You're
the
right.
receiver
'Cause
that we linked. So
Yep.
God knows if I would ever remember anything. So I'm just gonna look in the docs and oh my lord, it's
Yep. I find that every single time I do account.save or .borrow or .load, I always go back to the documentation. Especially .load, because I usually never use .load.
yeah, it's one of those rare ones that I guess it's quick and dirty. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
So we're gonna load from this storage path. Look at this. Docs on flow crashed on live on stream. But to be fair, I'm using the Canary Chrome thing, like the bleeding edge version of Chrome. So don't rag on Flow. They're good. They're great. It's not their fault.
Great.
Storage slash awesome nifty collection. And we do need to specify the type, right? And since we're loading a resource, right? Unlike this get capability business where we're loading references or borrowing references, we're actually dealing with the resource. So the type will be awesome nifty dot collection. Okay, storage slash awesome nifty collection. And then at that point we need to look at the source code for our contract, and what do we have? Do we have withdraw? We do. Okay, so we can then take our nifty and withdraw it from our collection. Now that takes in one argument, nifty ID. Is it uppercase D? Yes. All right. And where are we sending it? We're sending it the ID that we got. And at that point, we can go back to our account and save the nifty collection back. And that's going to be the collection. And 2, make sure to put it back where we found it. Otherwise, everything will break forever. So we save it, and now we have this nifty, and we can deposit it. And I'm just going to YOLO this and see if it works. Of course, it doesn't. Set nifty IDs undefined. Say what? Ding.
Oh yeah, I think this stream may have paused for a sec, but it looks like we're back. Yep, we're back in action.
Okay, that's good. We don't need no errors. All right, so we're going to dispatch this set nifty ID status thing, and the payload is going to be whatever is in the event target, and let's save it. Okay, so that went through, and snapped it all back in place. Okay, so oh, we need IDs. We don't see IDs in this list. So let's go back here and print our IDs next to the name. So we have a name. Do colon nifty ID. Okay, so 0 through 13. Ooh, we have oh, it's 14 because we started 0. All right, whatever. Let's send Jacob to, what's your account, Jacob? Ends in BD?
My account, shoot, let me look at it again. So my account is 0x FD7BB, ends in 9F.
9F, ends in 9F. I don't have you.
Oh shoot. How do I get myself on there?
Add me Slack or something where I can just paste your.
Oh, just the address.
Just the address.
All right. So let me Slack. All right, the address has been slacked.
And
oh yeah, it looks like a different one that I sent before.
Yep. No biggie. All right.
No biggie.
So now do I see you? 9F. So you have 900 and odd something flow. Okay. Let's send Jacob, number 7, to Jacob's account. So send Nifty. Status pending. All right. We're getting the sign dialog. And status pending.
Still pending. Still pending.
Pending.
There's a chance it might fail because I had to set up a collection.
That's right. LOL. All right. So why don't you do that? Where do you set up your collection? I can't remember that.
There's just a button that says set up collection, and I can actually maybe I can try minting an NFT to myself. Will that work?
Yeah, let's do that. So we're doing this live, and Jacob has a local host instance. Oh, you know what? What I'll do is I'll add these changes for Jacob, and I'm gonna push those. So then once if you pull in a moment, you'll have the latest. So pull and then go ahead and mint. This is exciting.
Oh wait, check my address. I might have a Nifty in it actually.
Okay, checking. Snapping. You don't have a Nifty, but it says you have a collection. So.
Oh, good. So then maybe.
Well, you can't mint a Nifty because I have a minty. Minty. I have a mint.
A minty. He's got a minty.
I have a minty. All right. I'm gonna send you number 7, and we'll see if that works.
Yeah, send me number 7.
We need a wager going in the chat. If it works, you're gonna win something. It didn't.
A wager.
All right. We have an error. Transaction collection node didn't go through. Where's the problem? So this is on mint and on send. So account.load, it didn't like that. Okay, let's reset.
Oh wait, no, that should be fine.
Okay. Send again.
Oh yeah, maybe it's because the dot and the load run different lines. Sometimes that causes problems.
I wonder though. All right, so we're getting something. Lots of errors. Has no member withdraw. Oh, so we need to. This returns an optional, so that should be an easy fix. Redo. We're sending number 7 to Mr. Jacob here, and send. And we have seven viewers right now, so it's all gonna work because it just lines up perfectly.
Yes.
Okay. Submitted.
All right.
Executed.
All right. I'm refreshing like a madman. I can't wait for my Nifty. I have it. Let's go.
You have it? Oh!
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, man. We did it, Jacob. We did it.
You did it. You did it. Let's go.
So we have the ability to send these out. Oh, BZ's with the fire. Come on.
BZ with the fire. With that, okay, so with that, though, I do have to make my grand exit here because I have to run to class, but that was super exciting, and please stick around with Morgan here.
All right. Thanks,
okay.
Jacob. Bye, and we'll catch you during the next one. I'll do some promo. The promo is Jacob's going to be around for Saturday, and you guys can see him during the Saturday's Mercury sessions. So it's going to be fire. Bye, Jacob.
Yep, fire. All right, bye, Morgan. Thanks, guys. Bye.
So we're going to stick around, and we're going to continue with this beautiful thing of ours. Now, I need a collaborator here. So Jacob's gone. We need another account in this list that we can send back and forth. So maybe BZ or someone else. Niharika. Who's excited to pull in some hopium? So like all you need to do is go to GitHub, and I'll share this link real quick with you. It's on Decentology. It's the Mercury hopium repo. Okay. This is the link. Pick me. All right, Niharika, please join me. I'll add you. Once you set up your repo, so a simple git pull and npm run start, or yarn start rather, will get you going, and you'll need to create a Blockdo testnet account or log into an existing one. And once you log in, I'll need your account ID, and I'll add you to this array, and then we'll be able to play around with this. And everyone else is free to join as well. I just need an account ID so I can add you guys to the list right here. So waiting for that to happen. I'm going to comment some of these out so that it's only me. Let's see. Oh, accounts. Am I sending state accounts? No, I'm not. That's why I wasn't updating. Shoot. This is great. We should have account updates. Okay. Yarn start. So yeah, npm I and then yarn start. That's correct. Correct. npm I yarn start. Okay, so I'm waiting for accounts to from the chat, and we're gonna have some exchanges going on. As soon as something comes through, we'll get right back on track. Any moment now. Any moment now. Wait, did I comment out Jacobs? Because I don't see anything in his collection. Oh, yeah, I added him to the wrong one. Okay, simple fix. Okay, so now we see his collection. Now, if only we get an address from someone else, we'll continue this beautiful developer hour session. Let's get it going. Okay. So we have the ability to mint nifties and the ability to send from any account. You can send. Only from my account you can mint. So this is kind of an exclusive thing. There's only one contract. The site's not online, but I think we should publish it online at some point so that you guys can play along without having to set it up locally. Although setting it up locally is kind of the thing that we want to do, right? We want you to be able to work on flow locally. And that's the only way to do it. This repo is a very simple example of how to do that. So who's going to come through with an address? Do I have to do anything else on the app? I just need your address, Niharika. Just your address. Just your address in the chat. Let's see. There's no central repository of every. It's right there. Where? I don't see it, Niharika. Above my last text. Oh, it's Slack, please. Maybe, yeah. Unable. So let's see here. Let's skip the 0x. Okay, Niharika, thank you. Very good, very good. Let's add you in. All right, so we have, all right, so Niharika, you need to set up a collection. There should be a setup collection button somewhere. Right now it says your collection isn't set up. So you need to click that button. And I'll be able to see you once that's done. So we're waiting for Niharika to have this set to yes. Done. All right. It says no. It says yes. All right. So let's send you the first one. Okay. Clicked on. That's perfect. That's all we needed. So I'm gonna send one to Niharika. Let's see. Approve. Status pending. Submitted. And executed. All right. So we're getting there. Sealed, and we're good. So Niharika, congratulations. You're now an owner of an awesome Nifty on Flow testnet. You used it wisely. Let me send you another one so that you can send me this hopes thing back. Okay, send Nifty. Well, if you refresh your page, it'll be in your collection. So has collection, yes, and then it's going to be a list like right here. First, this is your account, the 88E account. Okay, so now you should have two, first and hopes. Now let's complete this test. If you were to send back the Nifty numbered 11, then we'll know that this system works back and forth. So you'll need to enter 11 right here. I'm unable to see my address. Oh, all right. That's because it's hard coded. Added address. Okay. Uploading. This is when we're working with a local repo. You need to pull. All right. So git pull, and you'll have the latest list of addresses. Okay. Cool. So now if you were to send 11 back to my address, and my address is 831A, we'll know that the system allows to send these Nifties back and forth. And this is all living on the testnet. And we can see things going on. All right, so first, so I guess it's processing. Let's go to testnet flow scan. And we're interested in this account. Okay. Transactions sealed. Okay. It didn't send. So it doesn't show a transaction. Maybe it's status pending. All right. Okay. So it should have a couple here once it's done. And you know, the real thing is we have to wait around a little bit for these to complete. And the tools that we're working with here is, you know, we have the testnet flow scan, which is a great tool. Stuck at pending since a few seconds now. Please check console. You might need some testnet flow testnet faucet, because I think that's the minimum amount of flow. So let's send you some. Your account address, testnet flow. I am human, in fact. Motorcycle, blah 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 blah. Okay. And one more. Please try again. I missed the motorcycle. Okay. 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 What? All right. What's this say? Failed to send transaction collection node at collection. Invalid transaction. Well, it did work for me. Collection. Slack to console. All right. It is relevant. Is it relevant? Well, let me take a look at. This is in the page thing. While I'm working on this, while I'm looking, please faucet yourself, because I'm apparently unable to select the motorcycle from this list. Giving up on that part. Yeah, so that's why we can see anything. And as far as this transaction goes, so we're doing a load of this collection from storage, and I don't know. It should work, but I guess we'll be able to debug this at a later time and maybe get a different browser. But for now, let's eliminate the one part about your flow missing some, your account missing some flow. Yeah, Mirabel. Apparently, I'm not human. Like, it's one of those things where, I mean, the proof is out. Like, the more proof you get, and if it's consistent, maybe you start questioning whether you're really human. In fact, I can't fund it. All right, we have 1,000 right here. So try and submit another transaction. On here. If that doesn't work, then we'll sort of circle back to this thing for the next developer hours, which will be Friday, actually. And then Saturday, we have this Mercury-driven set of sessions where you'll get to experience some flow, you'll get to experience some IPFS. Jacob's going to walk you through Dev Starter, and should be pretty fun. Still no. All right. So this account bug at Awesome Nifty Collection from storage. Account.load. It seems like you might be dealing with an old source code or something. Nihar, maybe you could pull again. And point is, try and see if your transaction body is the same as is on my screen. I'm going to check it in the repo real quick to confirm that's not the problem. So this is in page.jsx. And let's see here. Send a nifty. Yeah, so the repository looks fine. So no flow CLI interactions here. This is just working with the testnet. So we're not running an emulator. We're interacting with the flow testnet. So nothing you got going locally should have any effect. All right. Well, unfortunately, we'll have to debug this before the next session. So I'm just gonna recap real quick what we did today. So first, blockchain is different from your regular environments for apps like databases, where interactions are pretty much instantaneous, and you can get away with sort of not communicating as much with your users. A simple loading spinner can be enough. But blockchain, you have a process that takes a long amount of time in comparison just because of the nature of the beast. And as such, communicating with your users is important. And what we did is we leveraged this FCL functionality, these kind of hooks that we can hook into, and we added some state to our list. So for example, when we do mint, right, or rather mint, we get this status. And as a user, it's always nice to see something on screen changing, letting us know in more detail what's going on. And so it's something really good for you guys to pay attention when when creating dApps, is always try and communicate with your users why are they waiting, because they will be waiting more than with a regular app. Okay, so we did that. We leveraged fcl.tx, and then once executed, once finalized, once sealed. Then we discovered that Flow, when it ingests transactions, there's a life cycle. So first, we finalize a transaction. So that means it's ready for execution. Then we try and execute a transaction. This point can fail. And if it fails, then everything's reverted and no state changes occur on the blockchain. And then after execution, those changes are visible, but there's a sealing process that makes it all permanent. And after a transaction has been sealed, it's been put in a block and it's in that ledger forever, then we can... Thanks, Niharika, for joining us. Yeah, we'll see you soon. I really appreciate the help with the accounts. Thanks. So when a transaction is sealed, it's in the blockchain forever, and at that point we can safely say to the user that, yep, we're good. Feel free to continue with anything else you want it to do. So that's what we did with notifying the users of what's going on. Then we explored this concept of not only minting things, but sending existing things. So in order to send things on Flow from one account to another, you have to go through this dance of taking from a collection, loading from storage, or loading a reference, and then putting it into some other collection. And there's multiple ways of doing this. I showed you one example where we load the actual resource, there's this collection withdraw functionality that we could create a capability for that's private, and then we deposit that with another account. So all of this is right now live on the Mercury Hopium repository. Feel free to pull it and play around with it. We'll continue working on this thing into this week, and maybe polish it down to something that is nice to have. All right. So having said all that, we've reached the end of the hour, and I'm gonna have to say goodbye. It's been a pleasure having everyone that's joined the stream. You guys are killing it in the hackathon. I saw some teams really pushing it forward, and the teams that are on this call oftentimes are the ones that are much farther ahead than the other ones. So let your friends know that these sessions are beneficial. All right, but for now, for me, Morgan, and the rest of the team at Decentology, it's goodbye, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.